what are the instructions to be given for the program to work. So everything we will be discussing with respect to this particular Hadoop distributed file system, this one. So generally the Hadoop HDFS, that is Hadoop distributed file system, is a backbone of Hadoop map reducing process. So map reducing means, generally this particular word if you are going to see, means most of the cases we will be discussing in your machine learning concept, map reducing process. So we will be taking certain words here. For that particular words we will be checking that how much frequencies it has been occurred, all those things we will be checking. It can be a new users or the administrations often find HDFS different than the most other Unix or the Linux systems. See, what operating systems we are going to use or what programming language we will be using, that is not as important. So how efficient the user is using with respect to the operating system is more important. If it is comfortable with the Windows, the user, you will be using with respect to the Windows, or if you want to use the Linux or the Unix file system, you will be comfortable. That means that whatever the programming language or whatever the software we are going to do, most of the cases we can execute in the both the cases also, depending on how commands we will be using, all those things. So in this particular case we will be making use of with respect to the new users or the administrations, they are going to find out how different than the Unix or the Linux systems will be taken place. This particular question is one of the important questions from your examination point of view. They may ask what are the features of HDFS components, they will be asking. So the main, you will be having various features in this particular case. The main features what we will be discussing is, the first thing, the HDFS means we will be using with the big data processing. So as the name indicates, that big data processing means we will be using the large number of information. We will be using the large number of information in terms of data. To store that one we will be using, for example, let us consider in your mobile phone only 8 GB memory card is there. So whatever the files or whatever the data is there, that will be comfortable with respect to 8 GB only. If it is crosses more than 8 GB, so it is difficult. You are going to get a message in such a way that insufficient space you are going to get. So in this particular case what we are going to do, we will be having a large number of memory or the large number of data volume, I can say. So you will be having, so whatever the data or whatever the information storage with respect to this particular data, it will be stored in the all the cases. Although the capable of supporting many users simultaneously, HDFS is not designed as a true parallel file system. Most of the cases, a single user will be performing the operation one time. For example, let us consider you will be using the laptop or the desktop. Parallel, you may work two or more operation. In one particular tab, you may perform the operation. You can see on another particular tab you will be performing other operation. Third tab you are going to perform other particular operation. That means that simultaneously one particular user, he will be performing more than one particular operations at a time. So in this particular case also, whatever the components we are going to perform or whatever the data you are going to get, that we will be, the users will be performing the operations multiple tasks. So he will be performing once in a read mode or once in a write mode or read write mode, whatever it may be. So the whatever the operations you are going to get, that particular operations he will be performing the operations parallelly. Rather, the design assumes a large file, write once, read many model, that enables other optimization. Most of the cases in the Word, MS Word, you will be finding that options only read mode or whether it is write mode, or in the simple words if I want to say editable mode or not editable mode you are going to get. So in this particular case, we will be having certain documents or certain data you are going to get. In that particular data, some data will be having more security. For example, if I want to give some real-time example, means you will be working in some company, you will be having some document will be there with respect to the company, that is nothing but the security will be there. So you can't share easily to other particular guys that particular document, all those things. If you share also editable or not editable, all those things will be there. They have made such a password, they are going to give that particular PDF file or whatever it may be, they are going to share all those things. So in this particular case also, whatever the data you are going to get, that data we will be looking whether you can read that particular document or whether you can write that particular document, or you can perform the operations parallelly with respect to the other clients or the user. We will be checking each and every cases. So the next thing is, for instances, HDFS restricts the data writing to one user at a time. All additional writes are appended only, and there is no random writing to the HDFS file. Bytes are always appended to the end of the stream, and the byte streams are guaranteed to be stored in the order written. That means that whatever the data you are going to get, that data should be flexible, that should be editable document you are going to get. See, one thing I want to tell you, that whatever this, for example, if I'm going to use C++ or I may use Java programming, all those things. So whatever the programming I'm going to do, it should be satisfied to the client. That means that whatever the product you are going to develop, that product should be sold in the market in sense. So whatever the updations you are going to get in the present thing, you have to create a model and you need to sell that particular product. That means that whatever the 10 years back or 20 years back, whatever the product already it has been developed, if you are going to develop that particular product, means it's no use. That means that we will be checking each and everything. We can't do each and everything, whatever the operations is randomly. So this is what we can do, that is what all those things we can't do. In this particular case, what we are going to do, whatever the data you are going to get, that data we will be checking. How we are going to check means whether that particular data is having a sufficient information to develop the operations, to perform the operations. And we can't tell we have this particular data I'm going to do with this particular operations, I'm going to do that particular operation. We can't decide by our own. That means that we need to make a survey in such a way that what past 10 years, what the product they have developed, or after 10 years, what are the this one next particular generation, what they required. So based upon, you need to update your technologies, and we will be creating that particular product. The design of HDFS is based on the design of the Google file system. All the internet, if you have an internet, you can do anything. That means that if you don't know ABCD with respect to that any particular feature also, the internet will be helping you how to design that particular product, or you may get some guide, or you may get some document with respect to that particular case. By seeing that particular thing, we can develop the products. The write one or read many design is initiated to facilitate the streaming data. So most of the cases, whatever the document we are going to send, the document we will be making security. That means that only read options we will be giving. So we can't give an edit options, all those things we will not give. So if it is having so much of confidential document, once it is loose, means it is difficult to retain that particular document in the other next cases, all those things. The file may be appended, but randomly seeks not permitted. There is no caching of the data you are going to get. And main thing, server we need to maintain properly. So in that particular case, whatever the requirement or whatever the data or whatever the information you are going to get, all those things it will be processing on your server part. Moving computation is cheaper than the moving data. So next thing is multiple copies of the data across the clusters we are going to maintain. That means that one thing I want to tell you, that you have some confidential photos. Let us consider you went for the trip. You have some confidential photos. That means that for the memories, all those things you will be keeping. So you will be keeping in the hard disk, or you will be keeping in the laptop. You will be having a multiple copies. That means that one particular file, if it is deleted, means so that you will be maintaining in one more particular folder. That means that in this particular case also, whatever the data you are going to get, we will be having a multiple copies. That all those copies we are going to make one particular group here. That particular group is nothing but clusters. We will be making one particular group and we will be uploading. For example, one real-time example I am going to give. Once if you are going to write your IA, once you will be writing your IA, you will be uploading your scripts. We will be giving one particular Google form, whatever it may be, or you will be uploading in the MS Team, the scripts, all those things. That means that whatever the original paper what you have written, if it is deleted also, automatically one copy will be there in the mail, or it will be there in the MS Team, whatever it may be. So the data will be protected. So in that particular case, the multiple copies you have sent, that original sheet you will be having in your home, but you have sent 3 copies. One you have sent mail to us, one you have sent to COE, and one more is in the MS Team. So that if that particular IS scripts it is lost also, so that you can recover easily. So consequently, failure of a single node or even a rack in a large cluster will not bring down the file system. So if one or two things happens with respect to the some small problem with respect to the node, all those things, other particular group it will be retaining that particular thing. A specialized file system is used which is not designed for the general use. Only for the working process we will be using. So when it comes to the HDFS component, you will be having two types of node. One is name node and one more is multiple data node. So name, generally whatever the metadata you are going to get for storing, for retrieving the data from your data nodes, everything will be performing operations in your name node. No data is actually stored on the name node. That means that whenever we are going to create a single name node domain, it will be running at least one particular machines it will be running. So our architecture, when it comes to the architecture, it performs the master slave architecture. So master is nothing but your name node. Whatever the operations is there, everything it will be controlled, and we will be performing the operation. So what are the operations you can perform is you can open the file or closing or renaming, or you are going to give the instructions, directories, all those things which is mainly managed by your name node. So the name node also which maps the block. Mapping the block is nothing but the selection of the data. If I want to give some real time with respect to this particular point, means let us consider one elective subject is there. Let us consider you got three elective subject A, B and C. You in your class 61 members is there. We can't force all the 61 members to take A particular subject. So it's your choice. So 20 people they may take A subject, 20 people they may take B subject, 20 people may take C subject. That is nothing but the option mapping. So in this particular case also, whatever the data you are going to get, we will be dividing into the groups, and each particular data we will be mapping to perform this particular operations, all those things. The slaves is nothing but your data node is mainly responsible for the read and write request from the file system we will be using. So in this particular name node, we are going to determine many blocks will be there. Okay, many blocks you are going to get. In that particular blocks, how you are going to store the data, how you are going to process the data, how you are going to replicate the data, we will be performing in your HDFS components. This is how it is working. All those things it will be working. If you see this particular architecture, so in the left side if you will be getting, that is nothing but a client part. Whatever the right side you are going to see, that is nothing but a server part. So client, in this particular client you will be having a name node and you will be having a secondary name node. Secondary name node is basically we will be using for the backup nodes or the checkpoint nodes we will be using. So in the right side, what you are going to see, that is nothing but your server part. In the server part, we will be having more number of data nodes. So that particular data nodes, it will be communicating. First, the client, it will send the request, it will take the response. Finally, it will send the answer to the client part. So in that particular case, we are going to read the data or we are going to write the data. These are the operations we will be performing. Next is nothing but a HDFS block replication. Block replication is nothing but multiple duplicate copies of the data we will be keeping in the groups. So in that particular case, we will be using one particular command called dfs.replication. So in that particular case, hdfs-site.xml files we will be using. Few commands like your Unix, we have used many commands, all those things now. Since we are going to do with respect to the Unix or the Linux files, Linux operating system, we will be making use of certain commands here. The default value for the overrode, we will be using certain commands here, dfs set replication command. So and we are going to assign few numbers here. So that particular numbers, it will perform the operation. If you see here, whatever the 64 MB blocks you got, that particular 64 MB blocks we will be dividing into 5 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So each particular what values we are going to give, it will be performing that particular operation. Let us consider one particular, let us consider if you want to develop one particular product by one single person, we can't develop the product, yes or no? If you want to develop the product, only single person, it's not sufficient to develop the product. What are the things you want? You want one requirement team you want, next you want design team you want, next is implementation team you want, testing team you want, and finally delivery team you want. That means that is nothing but in this particular case also, whatever the complete operations you are going to do with respect to the name node or the data nodes, we will be dividing into 5 blocks here. So each particular block will be replicated. Let us consider in your college only, let in the SVC, so that how many departments you are going to get. Computer science is one particular department, electronics is one particular department, and IS department is one particular department, and MBA is one particular department, civil and mechanical, like that. They are going to give the number. 1 indicates computer science department, 2 indicates mechanical department, 3 indicates civil department. So in the one, if you are going to look the computer science subjects you are going to get, and they are going to perform the operation with respect to the cyclic. What the computer science subjects you got, everything we will be related to the CS only. Like that, in this particular case, we will be dividing the blocks into 5, and we may give one, we may give for reading, or one may give for writing, one may be giving for appending. So all those things we will be giving, and we are going to perform the operation. So that means that what I want to say in this particular diagram, complete operations what you are going to do, that complete operations we will be dividing into each task. So if one particular task has to perform this particular operation, the second task has to perform this particular. Finally, if you see complete, once the completion of an operation has been done, all the blocks, it will take an allocation and it will perform the operations. Next is safe mode. Safe mode means how you are going to protect the data, how you are going to protect the information. All those things we will be looking with respect to your safe mode operations. So rack awareness. So in this particular case, how the machines will be working, whether the machine is working from local machines or whether it is working from the different machines or same rack. See, one thing I want to tell you, that if one particular server you got, if you are going to work, so that they are going to give some IP address, all those things. If you are going to work in the college, you will be having some different IP address. If you are going to work from the home, you will be having one more address you are going to get, because the server has to catch now in that particular, whether it is a local machine or whether it is a different machine or whether it is a rack machine, all those things we will be looking. So the next part what we are going to do is your name node high availability. So we will be checking that availability with respect to the machine, whether the machine is configured with the same software, all those things. For example, in your system, you are going to install certain particular software, all those things. So if that particular software is not working, means what you're going to do, you will be checking that what error you have got, what applications we have missed with respect to the configuration, all those things, and you are going to make some alternate options with respect to that particular case, all those things. This is what you will be getting. Journal nodes you are going to get, and active name nodes, standby node. So in this particular case, we will be sharing the nodes. In that particular nodes, we will be giving the permissions to either to read or whether to write that particular operations, and we are going to protect the data. We will be protecting the data. HDFS high availability design. So next is name node federation. So in the name node federation, we will be looking with respect to the resources. So what resources you want? For example, if I want to give some real-time example, means the client will be telling to develop this particular product. He will be telling according to his requirement, all those things. For his requirement, we have to check what resources we want, all those things. Whether we want high-end system or whether which software you want, all those things, whatever the resources is there now, that particular resources we will be dealing with respect to the name node federation. So some of the benefits with respect to the name node federation is the namespace scalability. In this particular scalability, the storage scales horizontally without placing a burden on the name system. For example, if the client is going to tell with the large number of high expectations, all those things, where for that particular product you have to make use of high-end systems, all those things. Whatever the systems you are going to use now, whether it can be a desktop or whether it is laptop, it's not sufficient, means it is difficult. You have to make more investment with respect to that particular case, all those things. So we will be checking that burden of the name node, means whatever the systems you are going to get, whatever the operating systems you are going to use, whatever the programming language you are going to use. In that particular case, you will be telling with respect to the requirements, all those things. So performance also should be there, either with respect to the read or write operations with respect to this particular performance. For example, you will be buying one particular mobile phone. If that mobile phone is not working with the next day, means for example, you have taken 50,000 mobile, you have taken 50,000 rupees mobile with all the features, all those things, all the features it has to support, it has to work nicely, everything. But the next day the mobile is not working, means what you are going to do? That means that So whatever the performance should be good. By seeing the reviews, all those things, you have taken the mobile phone. You have invested 50,000. Since the 50,000 amount what you have invested, that particular applications, everything will be there. Whatever the person is going to buy 3,000 rupees mobile, that particular facilities is not there when compared to 50,000 rupees mobile, all those things. How much you are going to invest, that particular thing, you will be making use of that particular resources, all those things. System isolation. So in this particular case, it will be enabling different categories of an application. So how the users will be allocated with the different namespaces, all those things we will be checking. They have divided into two name nodes here, name node 1, name node 2. Either it can be used for your data, or it can use for your project purposes, researching, marketing, whatever it may be. Interrelated, all those things will be related to your data nodes. So name node basically managing the part, managing we will be looking with respect to the name node. Whatever the thing you are going to get, that we will be dividing in terms of blocks, and the operations it will be done with respect to your name node only. So next is HDFS checkpoints and backups. All those things. See the how you are going to protect the data. Either it can be your image part, or whether it can be your videos, or it can be your documents, whatever it may be. So the metadata of your HDFS file system in a file is called as FS image. We will be looking. So we will be making use for the modification. It can be your editable. All those things we will be looking, and we are going to perform the operation. If you want to update your operations, it will be updating. Like your WhatsApp, of another few days it will ask whether we need to update all those things. Finally, whenever you are going to update means, so it will be caching in your memories on the disk. Does not make use of the download. With respect to, we will be checking with respect to how much memory you have taken, it will be performing. Snapshots is nothing but a backup. Finally, what you are going to snapshot is nothing but you will be taking the photos. In the system you can take print screen option is there now, or you can in your mobile phone you can take the photos. That photos, what photos you are going to take, so that is also one particular document you will be keeping. In this particular case, snapshots can taken a subtree for the file system or the entire file system. Basically, for what purpose we will be making use of the snapshot means for the backup, protection against the user error or some crash, all those things. So your system is not working, all those things. To protect your data, we are going to make use of snapshot. So instantaneous we will be using. So for the block list, for the file size, duplicating of a files, everything. So these are the few comments we will be using. Next is MapReduce model. In the MapReduce model, it is one of the powerful tool for the many applications we will be using for the users friendly. So in this particular case, idea is more important. See, one thing I want to tell you that 61 in your class, 61 members is there. All 61 members will be writing an examination, but only one particular person will get the topper. Why? That means that how they have understood the topic, how they are going to present is more important. Yes or no? For all 61 people, they are going to give the same question paper. For all 61 members, they are going to give the time allocation also, same thing they are going to give 3 hours. But one student out of 100, he may score 50 marks, or one he may get 60, or one student they may get 80 or 90. Why they are going to get in that particular means representation is more important, and how innovative is also more important. How you have understood the subject, how you are going to present the subject is matter there. In this particular case also, map reducing model, whenever we are going to design the model, we have to understand in such a way that we will be dividing into two stages in this particular model. One is map part, that is mapping stage, and one more is reducing stage. Mapping is nothing but input data. We will be applying the procedures to the input data. So finally you are going to make filter with the sorting process. That means that one thing I want to tell you that you will be they have given one particular example here. For instance, assume you need to count how many times the name Ram appears in the novel War and the Peace. They have taken one particular example called, they have taken one particular novel, that is War and Peace. In that particular War and Peace, how many times the Ram has been occurred. One solution is to gather 20 friends and give them each section of the book to search. The step is to map stage. The reduce phase happens, everyone is done counting, you sum the total as your friends tell the count. That means that 5 particular group we will be making 5 members A, B, C, D. The same novel I am going to give one A person, B person, C person, D person. I am going to tell all the person that how many times the RAM has been appeared. One particular person they may tell the count 100 times, or one more he may tell 50, or one more this one, all those things. So that particular is nothing but what input is nothing but what thing we have given, count is nothing but whenever you are going to combine all those things counting, we will be getting some values. So in this particular case input split, that is nothing but we are going to distribute the work and we are going to perform the operations with respect to the server. So 64 MB, the file block size what you are going to get is 64 MB you are going to get. Totally you will be having 500 MB. That 500 MB we are going to broke into 8 particular blocks. Simple words, if I want to tell simple word means one particular operations it has to execute. Okay, for one particular operation we will be assigning 5 members to perform the operation. So one particular team I am going to give this particular work, one more I am going to give other work, all those things. Finally, if I am going to combine all the 5 members work means the work has to be completed, consolidated I am going to make. In this particular case also totally 500 MB we will be getting. That 500 MB we will be broken into 8 blocks with the different machines in the cluster, and we are going to perform the operation. Once you are going to perform the operations, mapping process we will be doing. The mapping process generally we are going to make use how much amount of the data it has been taken, how it can be operating, whether it is operating at the same time or whether it is operating at a parallel. So we are going to execute the mappers on the machine where the block resides. So we will be keeping how much data it will be allocating, whether it is busy or whether it is not busy, all those things. For each allocation we will be performing and we are going to give the operations. This is whatever the thing you are going to get. First we will be dividing into the input. If you see they have taken the input C spot run, one particular sentence. Second sentence they have taken run spot run. Third they have taken it as what, C D cat. That I am going to split. First one is C spot run, second one is run spot run, third is C D cat. In the first particular thing map, how many times C has occurred, how many times spot has occurred, how many times run has been occurred. We will shuffle and we are going to reduce, and finally you will be getting the output. C is 2 times occurred, spot 2 times has been occurred, run 3 times has been occurred. Finally we will be having some data flows, all those things. This is what the scripts we will be using in the comments. So operations when it comes, we will be performing listing, kill, job status. Log management. So in the log management, it provides a comprehensive listing for both. It will perform the operation with respect to the mappers as well as the reduced. So you will be having the output in terms of 3 files. So we are going to perform the operations in terms of files. First is std out, standard error, and standard log. So Hadoop system messages, especially for the applications, how you are going to make use here. Whenever it comes to the log storage, we will be having best and fit method we will be applying. So in this particular mode, logs are aggregated in the HDFS, and how it can be displayed in the YARN resource manager. YARN resource manager means, so the coming second module we will be completing discussing with respect to the YARN resource manager. What is this YARN resource manager? What is the main applications of the YARN resource manager? Everything we will be discussing in the tomorrow with the second module revision. So basically it is nothing but user interface. So in this particular case, what we are going to do now, how the mapping it has been taken place, how the run operations it has been taken place, it will be managing. So what operations, whether they have given the operations with respect to that particular data, whether they have given or not, they will be managing the part. That's all. To complete the operation, just like the manager in your company, also the manager, what the manager work is to give the works to the subordinate, and he will be checking that whether the operations, whether the task has completed or not. Manager will not do any work, just the manager work is to manage the thing. That means that below subordinate, whatever the thing is there, he will be assigning the works and he will be managing whether the work has been completed with respect to that particular time or not. It is what the log management we will be looking on log application. Web interface. we will be using the main contents, we will be using standard output, same thing, standard error, standard log, which all will be displayed on your single page. So how we are going to display will be the important. Next is command line log view. So in this particular case, how easily you can view with respect to the individual log files or multiple log files, we will be checking whether we need to give the permission for the owners, all those things. Like just like your WhatsApp, in the WhatsApp you will be making one particular group. In that particular group you are going to make an admin. What is the role of the admin? You can add that particular participants or you can delete the particular participants, all those things we will be looking. Container ID, if I am going to give some real-time example, means if you see your ID card, in your ID card all the informations you will be getting, your name, your department or USN, complete information you will be getting. Like that, whenever we will be creating one particular document with respect to creating an applications, all those things, that particular applications will be providing the complete information. For example, if you open one particular company profile, means that company profile, everything will be there. Yes or no? So that you can view that particular information and you can read, you will be knowing that how many employees is there, what language they are going to use, how many products they have developed, how much patent it has been done with respect to that particular product, how much research is going on with respect to that particular case. Everything information you will be getting. So this completes your module 1. Tomorrow we will be discussing with respect to the module 2. Okay. So if any student, if you got any doubts, you can ask me. And one more thing, those who have not written the IA, so I have discussed with the HOD.